Welcome to Chandra Namaskar, the moon salutation. A practice that honors the moon's calming, reflective energy. Unlike the fiery sun salutation, this flow invites you to slow down, move side to side and open the hips and side body. Let your breath guide you, focusing on gentle strength and surrender rather than perfection. This practice is for everyone, offering a sanctuary to de-stress, restore and reconnect with your inner peace. Let's begin this moving meditation celebrating the moon's wisdom and the restorative power of stillness. Moon salutations offer a soothing counterbalance to our fast-paced lives. This practice calms the nervous system, eases anxiety, and supports emotional release, especially through hip-opening postures. It's particularly nurturing during times of stress or hormonal change, honoring the body's cycles and intuition. Chandra Namaskar is an act of self-care, helping you restore balance and replenish energy. By embracing coolness and receptivity, you reconnect with your inner wisdom. True strength lies in softness and the ability to flow with life's changing tides. Prepare your space. Dim the lights, light a candle, and create a tranquil atmosphere. Release expectations. Today is about awareness, not achievement. Approach your practice with curiosity and compassion, honoring your body's needs. Let your breath anchor you, inhaling and exhaling smoothly through the nose. Set a heartfelt intention, perhaps calm, peace, or surrender. Hold this intention gently as you move, letting it guide your practice. Allow your mat to become a sanctuary for presence and self-acceptance. Come to a comfortable seat, supporting your hips as needed. Rest your hands on your knees or lap, close your eyes, and let the outside world fade. Acknowledge this transition. Your mat is now a sanctuary for presence. Notice the sensations of your body and breath, anchoring yourself in the moment. If thoughts arise, observe them and gently return to your breath and body. With each exhale, release tension. Let your shoulders, jaw, and brow soften. In this sacred space, give yourself permission to let go and simply be. Bring your palms together at your heart in Anjali Mudra, symbolizing unity and balance. Honor this inner sanctuary and set a clear intention for your practice. Patience, gratitude, or simply presence. Let your intention arise naturally, asking yourself what you truly need right now. State your intention silently, letting it resonate within. As you move, focus on the energy and kindness behind each posture, not perfection. Use your intention as an anchor, returning to it whenever your mind wanders. Let this practice become a moving meditation, aligning body, mind, and spirit. With your intention set, release your hands back to your knees and begin to deepen your connection with the earth. Bring your full awareness to the parts of your body that are in contact with the mat. Feel the grounding force of your sit bones, the two bony points at the base of your pelvis. Imagine them as anchors, rooting you firmly into the ground beneath you. Visualize roots growing down from your pelvis, deep into the earth, drawing up a sense of stability, nourishment, and unwavering support. This connection to the earth is fundamental. It provides the stable foundation from which you can safely open, stretch, and rise. You are held, you are supported. From this stable base, begin to grow your spine long and tall. Imagine a golden thread attached to the crown of your head, gently lifting you upward toward the sky. Feel the space being created between each vertebra. Your shoulders can relax down and away from your ears, creating length in your neck. Your heart lifts slightly and your chin remains parallel to the floor. Notice the duality of this posture, the downward flowing energy of grounding, and the upward reaching energy of lengthening. In this balance, you find your center. You are both rooted and expansive, stable and free. This is the physical embodiment of the balance we seek to cultivate in our lives. Take a moment to simply sit in this state of aligned stillness. Become aware of the subtle energies at play within your own body. Feel the stability in your hips and legs, the gentle lift in your torso, and the openness across your chest. This posture is not rigid or forced, it is a state of active, alert relaxation. You are embodying a quiet strength, a dignified presence. This is Tadasana, or mountain pose in its seated form. A mountain is immovable, majestic, and completely at peace with itself. It weathers every storm with grace and stands tall through every season. Embody this quality of the mountain within yourself right now. Feel your own strength, your own stillness, your own unwavering presence. This process of grounding and centering is crucial before we begin to flow. It establishes our physical and energetic foundation for the entire practice. When we are grounded, we are less likely to be swayed by distracting thoughts or feelings of instability. We move from a place of centered confidence rather than anxious striving. We're able to listen more closely to our body's wisdom because we are not distracted by the noise of an unsettled mind. Take one more full breath in this seated mountain, feeling completely present, rooted, and ready. You have prepared your container, and now you are ready to fill it with the beautiful, fluid energy of the moon. Now bring your full, undivided attention to your breath. The breath is the most vital and immediate connection to the present moment. It is the constant rhythm that sustains us, the anchor that can always bring us back home. Without changing anything at first, simply become an observer of your own breathing. Notice the sensation of the air as it enters your nostrils. Is it cool or warm? Follow its path down into your throat and into your lungs. Feel the gentle expansion of your rib cage and belly on the inhale, and the soft release and contraction on the exhale. There is no need to judge your breath as good or bad, deep or shallow. Simply be with it as it is in this moment. Begin to gently deepen and lengthen your breath. We will practice a simple form of Ujjayi breathing, sometimes called the ocean breath or victorious breath. To do this, create a very slight constriction at the back of your throat, as if you were about to whisper. As you breathe in and out through your nose with this gentle constriction, you will hear a soft, oceanic sound. This sound is incredibly soothing for the nervous system. It acts as a focal point for the mind, helping to keep your awareness tethered to the present moment and the flow of your practice. Let the sound of your own breath be the soundtrack for your journey, a constant calming wave washing over you. Let's establish a steady, even rhythm. Try to make your inhales and your exhales equal in length. You might silently count to 4 as you inhale, and count to 4 as you exhale. Find a count that feels comfortable and sustainable for you, without any strain. The goal is to create a smooth, continuous loop of breath. There's no pause or jerky transition between the inhale and the exhale. Imagine you are drawing a circle with your breath, a seamless, flowing cycle. This rhythmic breathing helps to balance the nervous system, calm the mind, and prepare the body for mindful movement. It is the heartbeat of our yoga practice. This connection to your breath is your most important tool. As we begin to move, we will link each movement to either an inhale or an exhale. The breath will initiate the movement and the body will follow its lead. This creates a graceful, flowing dance between body and breath, transforming the practice from a series of static postures into a moving meditation. If you ever feel lost, overwhelmed, or your mind begins to wander, simply return your focus to the sound and sensation of your Ujjayi breath. It will instantly bring you back to your center, back to your mat, and back to the profound peace of the present moment. This is your anchor. This is your guide. Section 1. The Gentle Awakening. Side stretches and twists. From your centered seated position, let's begin to gently awaken the body with some simple side stretches. On your next inhale, sweep your right arm up and over, reaching towards the left side of the room. Keep your left hand or fingertips planted firmly on the ground beside you for support. As you reach, focus on creating length all the way from your right hip to your right fingertips. Feel the beautiful opening along the entire right side of your body. It's important to keep both sit bones rooted to the ground so you are stretching from a stable foundation. Avoid collapsing into your left side. Instead, think of lifting up and out of your waist before you arc over. Your gaze can be soft, looking forward, down, or up towards your raised hand, whatever feels best for your neck. Hold this stretch for a full, deep breath. With your inhale, imagine you are breathing space directly into your right ribcage, allowing the intercostal muscles to expand. With your exhale, soften into the stretch, perhaps finding a millimeter more of release. This is not about how far you can go, but about the quality of sensation you can cultivate. On your next inhale, gracefully float your right arm back to the center. Take a moment to pause, noticing any difference in sensation between the right and left sides of your body. Now let's balance this out. On an inhale, sweep your left arm up and over, planting your right hand on the floor. Feel that same delicious stretch along the left side body, breathing deeply into the newfound space you are creating. After completing both sides, return to center, and we will move into a gentle twist. Twists are wonderfully detoxifying for the spine and internal organs, like gently wringing out a sponge. On an inhale, sit up tall, lengthening your spine towards the sky. As you exhale, begin to twist your torso to the right. Place your left hand on the outside of your right knee and your right fingertips on the floor behind you, like a little kickstand. Use your backhand to help you sit up even taller rather than leaning back. The twist should originate from your belly, not from cranking your neck. Your head and neck are the very last things to turn, following the gentle rotation of your spine. Stay in the twist for a few breaths. With each inhale, find more length in your spine, growing taller. With each exhale, see if you can gently soften and deepen the rotation, moving just a little further. Imagine your spine as a spiral staircase, with each breath gently guiding you up another step. Your gaze can be over your right shoulder, but only if it feels comfortable for your neck. To release, slowly unwind on an exhale, returning to face the front. Take a full breath in the center before repeating on the other side, inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist to the left. These initial movements are like a gentle good morning to the body, waking it up with kindness and care. Section 2, Spinal Waves, the fluidity of the spine. Let's continue to awaken the spine, this time with some fluid, wave-like motions. From your seated position, you can bring your hands to rest on your knees. We will begin to explore a seated version of cat-cow. On your inhale, gently draw your heart forward, arching your back. Lift your gaze and allow your shoulders to roll down and away from your ears. This is your cow shape, an opening of the front body. Think of shining your heart forward, creating a gentle back bend. The movement should feel expansive and uplifting, like you are joyfully receiving the breath into your chest and a sense of open possibility. On your exhale, reverse the movement. Begin to round your spine, tucking your chin towards your chest and drawing your navel in towards your back. Allow your back to puff up towards the ceiling behind you, creating a deep stretch between your shoulder blades. This is your cat shape. Feel the release in your upper back and neck. Now begin to flow between these two shapes, linking your movement directly to your breath. Inhale to open the heart and arch forward. Exhale to round the spine and release. Let this become a moving meditation, a gentle, rhythmic dance that lubricates each vertebra and brings a sense of fluidity and grace to your entire being. Now let's incorporate the hips and make this movement even more organic. Start to make circles with your torso as if you were stirring a big pot. On the inhale, circle your chest forward into the cow shape. As you exhale, circle back, rounding your spine into the cat shape. Allow your hips to rock gently with the movement. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Simply let your body move in a way that feels good and natural. You are loosening up the entire trunk of the body, releasing stiffness in the lower back, hips, and shoulders. After a few circles in one direction, pause and then reverse the direction of your circles. Feel free to close your eyes and get lost in the sensation. This is a chance to move intuitively, to let go of rigid lines and embrace your own inner flow. You can think of it as a form of dancing while seated. Your body holds an innate wisdom. Listen to it. Perhaps you want to linger in one spot that feels particularly tight, breathing into it. Maybe your head and neck want to move more freely. Give yourself permission to explore. These spinal waves are not just a physical warm-up, they are an invitation to connect with your own creative, fluid energy, the very essence of the lunar practice we are cultivating today. Section 3. Unlocking the hips. Gentle openers. The hips are often referred to as the body's emotional junk drawer, a place where we store stress, fear, and unresolved feelings. Gently warming up and opening this area can be profoundly therapeutic, creating not just physical space but emotional release as well. From your seated position, let's move into Baddha Konasana, or bound angle pose. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, and let your knees fall out to the sides like the pages of a book. You can hold onto your ankles or feet with your hands. The distance of your heels from your pelvis will determine the intensity of the stretch. Closer heels will be more intense, while further away will be gentler. Choose the position that feels right for you today. Sit up tall on an inhale, lengthening your spine just as we did before. On an exhale, you can begin to gently fold forward over your legs, but only if it feels accessible. Lead with your heart, keeping your spine as long as possible. The goal is not to get your head to your feet, but to feel a gentle, releasing sensation in your inner thighs and hips. Avoid rounding your back excessively. Instead, think of hinging from your hips. If you feel any sharp pain in your knees, back away from the pose. You can also place blocks or cushions under your knees for support. Stay here for several deep breaths, sending each exhale into any areas of tightness, inviting them to soften and let go. From here, let's gently transition to another movement to lubricate the hip joints. Come back to a simple cross-legged seat. We will gently lift the hips one at a time. Place your right hand on the mat a little behind and to the side of you. On an inhale, press into your right hand and your shins, and lift your hips up off the floor. As you lift your hips, you can sweep your left arm up and over, creating a beautiful long line from your left knee to your left fingertips. This is a gentle, modified version of a side plank that creates a wonderful stretch for the front of the hip flexors. It feels expansive and freeing. Hold for a breath at the top, feeling the openness and the strength in your body. On your exhale, slowly and with control, lower your hips back down to the mat. Take a moment to feel the effects before switching sides. Place your left hand down, and on an inhale, press down to lift your hips, sweeping your right arm up and over. Flow between these two sides a few times if it feels good, moving with your breath. This movement is not just about stretching, it's about building a gentle warmth and awareness in the hip area, preparing it for the deeper postures of our lunar flow to come. It's a dance of strength and surrender. In our daily lives, we often round forward over desks, phones, and steering wheels, which can lead to tightness in the chest and shoulders. This part of our warm-up is dedicated to countering that posture and creating a sense of openness and expansion in the heart space. From your comfortable seat, begin by reaching your arms up towards the sky on a deep inhale. Feel the length from your hips all the way to your fingertips. As you exhale, gently release your arms, but this time, bring them behind your back. Interlace your fingers at your lower back. If your fingers don't comfortably reach, you can hold onto a strap, a towel, or even the sides of your shirt. On your next inhale, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on your back and begin to straighten your arms, drawing your knuckles down towards the floor. Feel your chest broaden and your collarbones widen. This is a powerful heart-opening stretch. You can keep your chin parallel to the floor, or, if it feels okay for your neck, you can gently lift your chin and your gaze, taking a subtle back bend. Breathe deeply into your chest, imagining your heart expanding with light and space. This posture cultivates a feeling of vulnerability and courage, an invitation to open up to the world around you with grace. Hold the stretch for a few breaths. If you wish to deepen it, you can begin to lift your clasped hands away from your lower back, reaching them up and back. This will intensify the stretch across the front of your shoulders. Listen carefully to your body, and only go as far as feels nourishing. There should be no pinching or pain. With each exhale, consciously release any tension you might be holding in your shoulders or your jaw. When you are ready to release, do so slowly. Gently unclasp your fingers and let your arms rest. Take a moment to roll your shoulders a few times in each direction to release any remaining tension. To complete our shoulder warm-up, let's make some big, fluid arm circles. On an inhale, reach your arms forward and then sweep them up towards the sky. As you exhale, circle them out to the sides and down. Repeat this several times, making the movement as large and as smooth as possible. Imagine you are drawing huge circles in the air around you. This movement helps to lubricate the shoulder joints and release any stiffness. After a few circles in that direction, reverse it. Inhale to sweep the arms out and up, and exhale to bring them forward and down. This simple, flowing motion prepares the shoulder girdle for the movements to come and reinforces the connection between breath and body. Now that we have awakened the spine, hips, and shoulders, let's take a moment for some freestyle movement. This is an invitation to let go of specific instructions and simply listen to what your body is asking for. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable, and tune inward. Your body has its own intelligence. Begin to move in any way that feels natural, intuitive, and good. This could mean more spinal waves, some gentle twists, or maybe just rocking from side to side. You might find yourself wanting to stretch your neck, rolling your head gently from shoulder to shoulder. There are no rules here, only sensation and breath. This practice of intuitive movement is a cornerstone of a lunar receptive practice. It's about building trust in your own inner teacher. Instead of always looking outside for guidance, you begin to cultivate the ability to find it within. Perhaps you notice a tight spot in your right hip. Lean into it gently. Breathe into that space. Stay with the sensation for a moment, not with force but with curious, compassionate attention. This is how you begin a conversation with your body. You are not just warming up your muscles, you are warming up the lines of communication between your mind and your body. Let this be a form of dance. Loosen your arms and let them flow. Maybe you sway your torso like a tree in a gentle breeze. Allow the movement to be organic and fluid, releasing any sense of rigidity or self-consciousness. The goal is simply to feel good in your own skin, to inhabit your body with a sense of joy and freedom. This playful pause helps to break up any stagnant energy and prepares you for the more structured flow to come. It reminds you that yoga is not just about making perfect shapes, it's about the feeling of aliveness and presence that you cultivate through movement. As you feel ready, slowly let your freestyle movements become smaller and more subtle. Gradually find your way back to a place of stillness, returning to your comfortable centered seat. Take a deep cleansing breath in, and a long sighing breath out. Notice how your body feels now compared to when you first sat down. You should feel warmer, more open, and more connected. You have gently prepared your body, your temple, for the Chandra Namaskar flow. You have warmed it not with aggressive fire but with the gentle, flowing and compassionate energy of water and moonlight. You are ready to begin the main sequence. From a standing position at the top of your mat, we begin our Chandra Namaskar sequence. Stand tall in Tadasana mountain pose with your feet together or hip-width apart. Root down through all four corners of your feet, feeling that same connection to the earth you cultivated in your seated warm-up. On an inhale, sweep your arms out and up, bringing your palms to touch overhead. This is Urdhva Hastasana, or upward salute. Feel the energy rising from the ground all the way up through your fingertips. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears, creating space in your neck even as you reach for the sky. This is our starting point, a posture of reverence and readiness. From this tall, extended position, we flow into our first lateral bend, Ardha Chandrasana, the standing half-moon pose. Keeping your palms together overhead or clasping your hands and pointing your index fingers, exhale as you gently arc your upper body over to the right. Press firmly into your left foot to anchor yourself as you lengthen the entire left side of your body. Imagine you're creating a beautiful crescent moon shape with your torso. Your hips should stay relatively stable, with the bend coming from your waist and upper spine. Breathe into the space you are creating in your left rib cage. The goal is not to go deep, but to find a long, graceful line of energy. On your next inhale, press down through your feet to rise back to the center, returning to your tall, upright position. Take a moment to feel the length in your spine. On your following exhale, we balance the posture by arcing over to the left side. Press firmly into your right foot this time, feeling that delicious stretch all along the right side body, from your outer right foot all the way to your fingertips. Keep your breath steady and calm, letting it guide you into the posture. This side-to-side movement is the essence of the moon salutation, mirroring the waxing and waning of the moon, and opening the body in a unique, nurturing way. Inhale to come back to center, reaching tall one last time. As you exhale, release your arms with a wide, sweeping motion, like you are gathering all the calm energy of the universe. Hinge at your hips with a flat back and fold forward into Uttanasana, a standing forward fold. Let your head hang heavy and your neck relax completely. You can bend your knees as much as you need to, especially at the beginning of the practice. This forward fold provides a moment of surrender and release, a counterpoint to the upward-reaching energy we just cultivated. It is a moment to turn inward before we continue our journey along the mat. From your forward fold, we'll step into our next series of poses. On an inhale, lift your chest halfway to a flat back, and then as you exhale, step your left foot way back, towards the back of your mat. Turn your left foot so it's parallel to the back edge of the mat, and straighten your right leg. Now windmill your arms open, bringing your right hand down towards your right shin, a block or the floor, and extend your left arm up to the sky. Welcome to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Your body should form one long line of energy from your grounded hand to your lifted hand. Your hips are open to the side and your gaze can be up towards your left thumb if that feels comfortable for your neck. Just breathe into this expansive shape. Feel the grounding through both of your feet and the lifting energy through your top arm. Triangle pose is such a beautiful combination of earth and sky energy, rooting you down while simultaneously opening you up. It creates length in the side body and strengthens the legs and core. Feel the stretch along your inner right thigh and the openness across your chest. Stay here for a few deep, calming breaths, allowing your body to settle into the posture. Remember to engage your leg muscles to avoid locking your front knee. This pose is about creating stable, spacious triangles with your body. To transition, on an exhale, release your top arm down and pivot your back foot so your hips can square towards the front of the mat. Both of your feet are now pointing forward, and both legs are relatively straight, though you can keep a micro bend in the front knee. This is Parsvattanasana, or pyramid pose. You may want to shorten your stance slightly to help ground your back heel. Inhale to lengthen your spine and exhale to fold forward over your front leg. This is a deep stretch for the hamstring of your front leg. Let your head hang heavy, releasing any tension in your neck and shoulders. Stay in your pyramid pose. breathing into the back of your right leg. This pose offers another opportunity for introspection and surrender. It encourages us to bow to the earth and to our own inner landscape. If the stretch is too intense, feel free to use blocks under your hands to bring the floor closer to you. The focus is on maintaining a long spine as much as possible, hinging from the hips rather than rounding from the upper back. This posture prepares the hamstrings for the movements to come and provides a moment of quiet focus within our flowing sequence. From the deep forward fold of pyramid pose, we prepare to continue our journey across the mat. Begin to bend deeply into your right knee, sinking your hips down low. As you do this, pivot on the heel of your back, your left foot, so your left toes lift up towards the ceiling. Your left leg remains straight and active. You are now in Skandasana, a low side lunge facing the front of your mat. Your hands can be on the floor in front of you for support, or you can bring them to your heart center in Anjali Mudra if you feel stable. This is a powerful hip opener, targeting the inner thighs and groin. Just breathe deeply in this low lunge. Ideally, your right heel stays grounded on the floor, but if it lifts, that's perfectly okay. You can place a folded blanket under your heel for support if you wish. The key is to keep your straight left leg engaged, with your toes pointing up to the sky and your quad active. This protects your knee joint. Skandasana is a pose that embodies the fluid, water-like quality of the lunar practice. It teaches us to be adaptable and to find a low, grounded center of gravity. It connects us to the earth in a profound and humbling way, asking us to surrender the weight of our hips downward. Now, the graceful transition that defines the moon salutation. From your Skandasana at the front of the mat, will travel to the back, keeping your hips low. Begin to walk your hands across the center of your mat towards your left foot. As you shift your weight, your right leg will straighten, and your left knee will bend. Pivot on your right heel, lifting your right toes to the sky. You have now arrived in Skandasana on the other side, facing the back of your mat. This lateral movement is the heart of the flow, a graceful dance from one side to the other, mimicking the moon's journey across the night sky. Take a moment to settle into Skandasana on this second side. Notice if it feels different from the first. Our bodies are rarely perfectly symmetrical, and this practice is a beautiful way to observe these differences without judgment. Bring your hands to your heart if you feel balanced, or keep them on the floor for support. Breathe into your hips, sending kindness and patience to any areas of tightness. This slow, deliberate movement across the mat encourages a meditative state of mind, focusing on the journey rather than the destination. You are flowing, not forcing. From Skandasana at the back of the mat, we prepare to rise. Turn your right toes to face the long edge of your mat and press firmly into both feet. On an inhale, lift your torso up, coming to a standing position in the center of your mat, facing the side. Turn your heels in and your toes out. As you exhale, bend your knees and sink your hips down, coming into Utthita Konasana, or goddess pose. Your knees should track in the same direction as your toes, and your thighs should aim to be parallel to the floor. Your tailbone tucks under slightly to keep your spine long. This is a powerful grounding posture that builds strength in the legs and opens the hips. Bring your arms into a cactus shape, with your elbows bent at 90-degree angles and your palms facing forward. Feel the opening across your chest and the strength in your upper back as you gently squeeze your shoulder blades together. Goddess pose is a celebration of divine feminine energy, fierce, strong, and creative. It connects us to the power of the earth. Take a few deep breaths here, feeling your own inner strength and stability. Sink a little lower on each exhale if possible, while maintaining the integrity of the pose. You are the goddess, powerful and serene. Now we complete the first half of our circular journey. From goddess pose, we'll turn to face the front of the mat again. Straighten your legs and pivot on your heels. Turn your right toes to face the front of the mat, and your left toes to be parallel with the back. Extend your arms out to the side, parallel to the floor. You are now setting up for triangle pose on the second side, but facing the front. This turn in the center is a pivotal moment in the flow, representing the full moon, the peak of the cycle before we begin the journey back. It is a moment of wholeness and integration. From here, we will essentially mirror the sequence we just completed, moving from the front of the mat back to our starting point. This symmetrical structure is a key feature of the Chandra Namaskar. It creates a sense of balance and completion. Having moved through the waxing phase of the salutation, you are now prepared to flow through the waning phase. You have arrived at the halfway point, ready to retrace your steps with awareness and grace, bringing the two sides of your body and your energy into perfect harmony. Now, facing the front of the mat, we begin the second half of our lunar salutation, mirroring the poses we've already visited. Exhale and hinge at your right hip, reaching forward and then down into Skandasana or triangle pose on this second side. Your right hand comes towards your right shin or the floor, and your left arm extends to the sky. Gaze up at your left hand, feeling the familiar opening and length. Notice the sensations in your body as you revisit this shape. The second side of a flow often feels more open and accessible, as the body is warmer and more aware of the movements. Breathe into this space. From triangle pose, we transition back into pyramid pose. On an exhale, bring your left hand down to frame your right foot. Pivot your back foot in, squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Inhale to find length in your spine, and exhale to fold over your straight right leg. Surrender into Parsvattanasana, feeling the deep release in your right hamstring. This is a moment to go inward, to reconnect with your breath and your intention. The repetitive nature of the sequence helps to quiet the analytical mind, allowing you to move from a more intuitive feeling place. You are simply flowing, breathing, and being. From pyramid pose, we prepare for our final lunge. Inhale and lift your chest slightly. As you exhale, step your back or left foot forward to meet your right foot at the top of the mat, coming into a standing forward fold Uttanasana. Take a moment here, with both feet together. Let your head hang heavy, gently shake it yes and no to release any lingering tension in your neck. Feel the grounding through both feet and the release in your entire posterior chain. You have completed the full circle of movement around your mat, arriving back where you started, but changed by the journey. To complete the salutation, we rise. On an inhale with a flat back, sweep your arms out to the sides and all the way up overhead, bringing your palms to touch in Urdhva Hastasana. Feel the length and the energy of this upward reach. On your final exhale, bring your hands down through your center line to rest in Anjali Mudra at your heart. Close your eyes for a moment, feel the beat of your heart, the rhythm of your breath, and the balanced, calm energy you have cultivated. You have honored both sides of your body, the sun and the moon, the masculine and the feminine, bringing them into a state of harmonious union. After completing one or more rounds of the Chandra Namaskar sequence, we create a space for playful exploration. The traditional sequence does not include inversions, but in our modern interpretation, we can add a moment to turn upside down. This honors the playful, creative aspect of the lunar energy. From the center of your mat, come into a wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. With your feet parallel to the short edges of the mat, hinge at your hips and bring your hands to the floor, let your head hang heavy. For many, this itself is a wonderful and beneficial inversion, calming the nervous system and bringing fresh blood flow to the brain. If you are feeling stable and wish to explore further, this is a perfect place to play with a headstand, Sirsasana, or a forearm stand, Pincha Mayurasana. The wide-legged stance provides a stable base from which to lift off. Remember, this is about play, not perfection. You might simply work on lifting one leg at a time or hopping gently, building strength and confidence. If you have a wall nearby, feel free to use it for support. The goal is to experience a different perspective, to literally see the world from a new angle. This moment of playfulness breaks up the seriousness and reminds us that yoga can also be a source of joy and freedom. It is crucial to remember that going fully upside down is just an option, not a requirement. Staying in your Prasarita Padottanasana is a powerful practice in itself. You can explore variations here, such as walking your hands through your legs for a deeper stretch, or clasping your hands behind your back and letting them fall overhead. Choose the variation that feels most nourishing and appropriate for your body and your energy levels today. Honoring your body's needs is the most advanced practice of all. The simple act of having your heart above your head is an inversion and offers immense benefits. After a few breaths in your chosen inversion or forward fold, slowly and mindfully make your way back up. If you were upside down, take a moment in a child's pose to allow your blood pressure to regulate before coming to a standing or seated position. This playful interlude serves as a bridge, transitioning us from the active, flowing part of our practice towards the cooling down and relaxation phase. It allows us to integrate the energy we have built, shake out any remaining tension, and prepare our bodies and minds for the deep rest that is to come. You have moved, you have flowed, you have played, now it is time to soften and receive. From a comfortable seated position in the center of your mat, we begin the gentle process of cooling down. Extend both legs out in front of you, preparing for Paschimottanasana, the seated forward fold. Sit up tall on your sit bones, perhaps even moving the flesh away from underneath you to create a more stable base. On an inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, creating as much length as possible in your spine. Feel as though someone is gently pulling your hands upward, elongating your entire torso. This initial lift is the most important part of the pose, as it prevents you from rounding your back and compressing your spine as you fold forward. As you exhale, begin to hinge at your hips, leading with your heart and keeping your back as straight as possible for as long as possible. Reach for whatever is accessible to you, your shins, your ankles, or the outer edges of your feet. If your hamstrings feel tight, it is crucial to bend your knees generously. The goal is not to touch your toes with straight legs, but to create a sense of release in the back of your body. Once you have found your comfortable edge, allow your spine to round and your head to hang heavy. Let go of any striving and simply surrender to the gentle pull of gravity, allowing your body to release. Breathe deeply into the back of your body. With each inhale, feel your back ribs expand, creating space. With each exhale, soften a little more, releasing tension in your hamstrings, lower back, and neck. This posture is deeply introspective and calming for the nervous system. It encourages a turning inward, a quieting of the senses after the more active part of our practice. Stay here for several long, slow breaths, allowing the stillness to permeate your being. Remember to be an advocate for yourself, protecting your joints and discs by listening to your body's signals and backing off if you feel any sharp or shooting pain. To come out of the pose, do so slowly and mindfully. On an inhale, use the strength of your core to gently roll your spine back up to a seated position, one vertebra at a time. Your head should be the very last thing to lift. Pause for a moment in a neutral seated position, noticing the effects of the forward fold. Feel the subtle energy shift, the sense of calm that has begun to settle over you. This slow, intentional unwinding is as important as the pose itself. It is a practice in transitioning with grace and awareness, a skill we can take with us off the mat and into our daily lives. Now, gently make your way onto your back, preparing for some releasing supine postures. Lie down with control, perhaps hugging your knees into your chest for a moment to give your lower back a gentle massage by rocking side to side. When you are ready, release your left foot to the floor, keeping the knee bent. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh just above the knee, creating a figure 4 shape with your legs. Keep your right foot flexed to protect your knee joint. This is the starting position for a gentle hip stretch. You might already feel a good stretch in your outer right hip here. If you would like to deepen the sensation, you can lift your left foot off the floor, drawing your legs in towards your chest. Thread your right arm through the triangle created by your legs, and interlace your hands behind your left thigh. Use the gentle pressure of your hands to draw your left knee closer, while simultaneously using your right elbow to gently press your right knee away from you. This creates a delicious push and pull dynamic that deepens the stretch in your right glute and piriformis muscle. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders onto the mat, and breathe deeply into the sensation of release in your hip. After several breaths, release the grip of your hands and place your left foot back on the floor. Keeping the figure 4 shape with your legs, open your arms out to a T shape on the floor. On an exhale, allow your legs to gently fall over to the left side, coming into a twisted version of the stretch. The sole of your right foot will come to rest on the floor. If it feels okay for your neck, you can turn your gaze to the right, looking over your right shoulder. This adds a spinal twist to the hip opener, providing a profound release for the lower back and IT band. Surrender the weight of your body completely to the floor. Stay in this supine twist for several deep cleansing breaths. Twists are known to be detoxifying, not just for the physical body but for the mind and energetic system as well. With each exhale, imagine you are releasing anything that no longer serves you. Tension, stress, old stories, or limiting beliefs. When you feel complete, use your core strength to gently guide your knees back to the center on an inhale. Uncross your legs, and take a moment to pause with both feet on the floor before repeating the entire sequence, the figure 4 stretch and the twist, on the other side. Continuing our journey into deep relaxation, we move into Skandasana, or frog pose, a profound hip opener that targets the inner thighs and groin. From a tabletop position on your hands and knees, begin to walk your knees out wide, as far apart as is comfortable for you. Keep your ankles directly behind your knees, so your shins are parallel to each other, and your feet are flexed with the inner edges on the floor. This creates a 90-degree angle at both your knees and your hips. The shape of your legs should resemble those of a frog. This pose can be intense, so move slowly and with great care. Once you have found your starting position, you can lower down onto your forearms, keeping your palms flat on the floor or clasping your hands. If this is still comfortable and you wish to go deeper, you may be able to melt your chest and chin all the way down to the mat. Find the variation that allows you to breathe and soften. The key to this pose is surrender. You must consciously relax the muscles of your hips and inner thighs, allowing gravity to do the work. Breathe deeply and send your breath directly to the areas of intense sensation, inviting them to release with each long, slow exhale. This posture is not just a physical stretch, it is a sacred connection with yourself. The psoas muscle, often called the muscle of the soul, gets a deep release here. This can sometimes bring up stored emotions. If feelings arise, simply allow them to be present without judgment. Breathe through them, remembering that to heal, we must feel. Stay in the pose for as long as feels appropriate, from a few breaths to a few minutes. This is a journey of compassion towards yourself. It is a practice in being with discomfort and finding softness in the midst of intensity, a powerful lesson for life. To come out of frog pose, do so with extreme caution and slowness. If you are on your chest, press back up to your forearms, then gently walk your hands back towards your body and bring your hips back towards your heels. Slowly, carefully, bring your knees back together underneath you. From here, a gentle child's pose or balasana can feel wonderful, allowing your hips to settle in a neutral position. Rest your forehead on the mat and take several deep breaths, feeling the gentle counter stretch and the sense of release. You have moved through a deep layer of opening, preparing your body for complete rest. We have arrived at the final and perhaps most important posture of our practice, Shavasana, the corpse pose. This is the moment of complete surrender, where we allow the body and mind to absorb all the benefits of the movements and breath work we have just completed. Lie down comfortably on your back. Allow your feet to fall open naturally, about as wide as your mat. Let your arms rest alongside your body, a little bit away from your sides, with your palms facing up in a gesture of openness and receiving. Tuck your shoulder blades slightly underneath you to help open your chest. Take a moment to make any final adjustments you need to be completely comfortable. You might place a rolled-up blanket under your knees to release any tension in your lower back, or cover yourself with a blanket for warmth, as the body tends to cool down during relaxation. Close your eyes gently. Take one last conscious breath, a deep inhale through your nose and a long, audible sigh out through your mouth. With that sigh, let go of any remaining control over your body and your breath. Release any last vestiges of tension. Give yourself permission to do absolutely nothing. Allow your body to feel heavy, sinking into the support of the earth beneath you. Consciously release each part of your body, starting from your toes and working your way up to the crown of your head. Release your feet, your ankles, your calves, and your knees. Let your thighs be heavy, soften your hips, your belly, and your lower back. Release your chest, your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. Relax your neck, your jaw, your tongue, and all the tiny muscles around your eyes. Let your brain rest inside your skull. You are completely supported. There is nowhere to go and nothing to do. This is where the real magic happens. It is in the stillness, in the silence, in the void, that everything is integrated. This is not sleep, but a state of conscious relaxation where your body can heal and your mind can become clear. You become the silent observer, watching thoughts drift by without attachment or judgment. If you notice your mind wandering, gently guide it back to the sensation of stillness in your body. Allow yourself to simply be. Rest here for at least 5 to 10 minutes, absorbing the peace and tranquility of this moment. You have earned this rest. You deserve this peace. As you gently begin to awaken from your final rest, take a moment before you move. Linger in this precious state of peace and clarity. Without opening your eyes, slowly bring your awareness back to your intention, the seed you planted at the very beginning of our practice together. Recall the word, the feeling, or the quality you wish to cultivate. Whether it was calm, surrender, or self-compassion, notice how that intention has resonated through your movements and your breath. See if you can feel the essence of it within you now, not as an idea, but as a tangible sensation in your body and a quiet knowing in your heart. This is the true gift of the practice. This journey through the Chandra Namaskar flow was more than just a sequence of physical postures. It was a moving meditation, a dance with your own inner tides. You honored the reflective, receptive energy of the moon, choosing softness over striving and flow over force. Reflect for a moment on what this experience has offered you. Physically, you may feel more open in your hips and side body, more fluid in your spine, but look deeper. Mentally, you may feel a sense of quiet, a gentle clearing of the internal chatter. Emotionally, you might feel a greater sense of balance and peace. This is the holistic nature of yoga. It touches every layer of our being. Remember the feeling of flowing from side to side, the graceful transitions that mirrored the waxing and waning moon. This circular journey around the mat is a powerful metaphor for life itself. We move through phases of expansion and contraction, of light and shadow. This practice teaches us to navigate these cycles with grace and awareness. It reminds us that there is beauty and purpose in every part of the journey, not just at the peak. The ability to move with this kind of fluid acceptance is a profound skill, one that can bring immense peace to our lives both on and off the mat. You have practiced this very skill today. The most significant gain from any practice is a deeper connection to yourself. Throughout this flow, you were invited to listen to the whispers of your body, the rhythm of your breath, and the quiet voice of your intuition. You honored your own timing and your own unique needs. This is an act of profound self-respect and love. The calm, centered, and whole feeling you have right now is not something that was given to you from the outside. It is your own inherent nature, which you have simply uncovered by peeling back the layers of tension and distraction. This peace is always within you, waiting for you to return. The true measure of our yoga practice is not what happens during the time we spend on the mat, but how it transforms the way we live the rest of our hours. The deep sense of calm and present moment awareness you have cultivated here is not meant to be left behind when you roll up your mat. It is a portable piece, a tool you can carry with you into the busyness of your daily life. The real practice begins now, as you step back into the world. Your challenge is to maintain this connection to your centered self amidst emails, deadlines, and responsibilities. The stillness you found in Shavasana can become an inner sanctuary you return to with just a single conscious breath. Think of the silence you experienced. In our modern world, true silence is a rare and precious commodity. We are constantly bombarded with noise and information. Your practice today was an intentional act of carving out space for quiet. Remember the value of this. Throughout your day, see if you can find small pockets of silence. It could be turning off the car radio for a few minutes, or simply sitting without your phone for a short while. These moments of quiet are opportunities to check in, to hear your own thoughts, and to reconnect with the peaceful rhythm of your breath. The magic of the practice happens in these quiet spaces. The lunar energy we embraced encourages receptivity and listening. Take this quality with you into your interactions. Practice listening more deeply to others without immediately planning your response. Practice listening to your own body's needs for rest, nourishment, or movement. This receptive state allows you to respond to life with more wisdom and compassion, rather than reacting from a place of stress or habit. It is the difference between being a rigid rock that is battered by the waves and being like water, which flows gracefully around obstacles. This practice has helped you connect with your own fluid, adaptable nature. Finally, remember that this balanced energy is your natural state. The feeling of being grounded, calm, and centered is your birthright. When you feel overwhelmed or stressed, let it be a signal to come back to your breath. Come back to the simple sensation of your feet on the ground. You now have a direct, experiential memory of what this inner peace feels like. You know the path back home to yourself. It may be as simple as taking 3 deep conscious breaths, activating that ujjayi sound, and remembering the feeling of the moon's gentle, steady light. You have the power to call upon this calmness whenever you need it. As we prepare to close our time together, bring your hands back to your heart center in Anjali Mudra. Press your palms together gently, feeling that connection, that wholeness. Bow your head slightly towards your hands in a gesture of gratitude and humility. First, offer gratitude to your own body. Thank it for its wisdom, its strength, and its willingness to carry you through this practice and through your life. Thank it for all that it allows you to do, feel, and experience. This body is your home, your temple, and it is worthy of your deepest reverence and care. This practice was an act of honoring that temple. Next, extend gratitude to your own spirit, your inner teacher. Thank yourself for showing up today, for carving out this time for self-care and introspection. In a world that constantly pulls our attention outward, turning inward is a courageous and vital act. Acknowledge the effort, the focus, and the vulnerability it took to move and breathe with intention. You gave yourself a beautiful gift today. The practice of self-kindness is an ongoing journey, and every time you step on the mat, you are taking a powerful step along that path. You are affirming that you are worthy of your own time, attention, and love. The word namaste, often used to close a yoga practice, means the divine light in me bows to the divine light in you. It is a beautiful acknowledgement of our shared humanity and our interconnectedness. It recognizes that beneath all our external differences, we are all part of the same universal consciousness. By honoring the light within ourselves, we are better able to see and honor it in others. This lunar practice, with its emphasis on compassion and receptivity, helps us to embody this principle more fully. It softens the edges of the ego and opens the heart to a deeper sense of connection with all of life. Let this feeling of peace, gratitude, and connection be the final note of your practice. Carry it with you as you move forward into the rest of your day or evening. Remember that you can return to your mat and to this feeling whenever you need to. The moon is always there, even when we cannot see it, and so is the calm, steady center within you. Thank you for sharing your energy and your practice. May you be peaceful, may you be happy, and may you move through the world with grace. Namaste.